What's up, guys? Welcome to Rotor Riot. I am Cricket. This is
the Drib,
LittleStellarFox, Zoe FPV.
We're here in Phoenix, Arizona for a very special DRL season race. DRL is the premier televised drone racing league where the best drone racing pilots compete against each other flying spec-built drones, the DRL Racer 4. They are large and they are fast. They get up to 90 miles an hour.
They gave us these quads to fly.
That was a bad idea. We're gonna destroy these things.
Normally, the only people that get to fly the Racer 4 drones are the actual DRL pilots. So we got these drones yesterday. We went over to Chase Field where they are holding their event. We headed down to Tech Ops, met the people that actually build these drones and learned about what's inside these things. You guys wonder why the sessions aren't sold in Best Buy anymore? It's because DRL bought all of the sessions.
This is the stack, right? You got LED boards and ESCs, you got a PDB with regulation, you have an LED driver, and you have a flight control. And because we crush them at every race, we have to put them together really fast. We have to make sure that they work. All sensors are underneath the motors. We can plug this into a simulator to make sure that they're all working.
What?
So typically, we have a radio package that allows us to do whatever for live events, but this stuff's like Legos. So it just plugs in, plugs out.
Oh, wow.
We have gaskets, and then it's 6 bolts, 8 bolts to put it together.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can build them in like 10 minutes. That's the idea.
A 10-minute, like from scratch?
Well, it's just 8 solder points. Right?
Holy
You do that,
It's like a
plug it together.
Plug and play.
Right.
Ready to go.
Okay, who's
Legos.
the best builder? How fast can the fastest builder build a Racer 4? Oh, Ray? What do you think, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
5 minutes?
No! Let's talk specs. 5S, so this is a custom designed battery.
And then we have 7-inch props. It's one of the biggest things that differentiates this quad from the previous DRL Racer 3, is they went a little bit bigger.
Do you know what size the motors are, Zoe?
No, these look
They
huge.
are 2010.
No way!
Zoe's been telling me for a long time now that she wants to get her hands on 2010 motors. She's been saying that is
That
a
was my
special
original
recipe.
spec. So back in the day, I released the 2010 motor about 3 years ago, and it was a new stator format. And it didn't really pick up steam, but it performed amazing. So the fact that they have it running on this, ooh, that has me excited.
Yes, so that's the powertrain. And once we go inside, you're gonna find yourself a whole mess of LEDs. Well, and there's a whole dedicated driver. There's an F7 processor whose only job is to manage the LEDs going on here. Well, you got to sit down with one of the tech guys and completely dissect one of these drones.
He was quick with it. He knows everything. Like, it's crazy. Those guys are so intelligent and have so much knowledge. But I guess that's what happens when you actually build what you want.
So yeah, Ryan was telling us like that the Racer 3 was more built with like off-the-shelf components, but
Yes.
the Racer 4
is all proprietary.
all designed by DRL.
Yes, even the software, even things you need to flash them with.
You guys just like took it to a whole new level, just like this is our drone.
Yeah.
Everything that the Racer 4 represents is about identifying pilot skill and trying to figure out how to convey that to a big audience.
So this was a really awesome and unique experience, and DRL wants to give you a very similar experience of your own.
That's right.
If you go to the link below, there is a Kickstarter so that you can get your very own version of the Racer 4. They call it the Racer 4 Street. It's slightly different than what they use out on the field, but it's something that you'll be able to buy into your own radio and use with your own goggles and be able to have a relatively similar experience to what we got to fly.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very similar powertrain. It's going to have that same weight, the same flight characteristics, and most importantly, a ton of LEDs. Those things lit up really
Light up
nice.
the sky.
Oh yeah.
What I'm interested to see is all 4 of us have very unique flying styles. And now we're all going to be flying the exact same spec build. We're not going to set up our own rates or anything like that. So we're going to fly this just like they fly it on the show. So on the show, they don't let the pilots set their own rates. They have 3 rate profiles that they can select from just by twisting this dial. And that's pretty much, you just have to work with it, right? So we're gonna head out to a really cool freestyle spot and we're gonna put these drones to the test. But I don't think this adventure would be complete without an actual DRL pilot joining us. Thankfully, we've got one of our own.
Where's Vanny at?
Where's Van?
Where's Vanny?
Vanover!
So So we're flying Racer 4s?
Today we are flying DRL Racer 4s. You're the only one of us that's done this before.
Yeah, a lot of times. I've flown probably 2,000 to 3,000 batteries to the Racer 4.
Stupid.
Every pilot really practices hard with them. It's a very unique quad. It's very different than everything else that there is out there. But I'll be really curious to see what you guys think. It's actually a really nice flying quad, so it gives you a lot of confidence and control on the stick. So I don't necessarily see him crashing it, but if he does, he'll probably explode.
I'm gonna get so good that I'm gonna beat him in the
Okay, so let me talk to you about the rates. So there's only 3 numbers, but there's 5 different choices. You'll probably want this top one. Yeah. So you're flying with the fixed camera tilt and everything that we. Here we go.
Oh my God.
You already tapped the ground once.
Okay, so now I see what you're saying. It's the camera angle for me.
That's part of it, yep.
That camera tilt is ridiculous. Is it 40? 40. I flight 0. So to go to 40.
Yep.
Oh!
Bro.
Oh!
Looks like it's okay though.
Not crashing it?
Dude, how do you guys fly with 40 camera tilt like that? That's a little ridiculous. I think you moved it from where it was. Did I push it down?
Well, the thing is, another thing, like I said, the quad's really heavy. Right, you see that wall and you're like, I'm gonna punch out over it, so you're just gonna give it power. You have to physically pull it back like an airplane. Like bring it back, like bring the pitch up. I think he might have broke it.
No. I told you guys I wanted to fly it last.
I bet you broke part of the shell.
The GoPro is smashed, but besides that, it's okay.
That was Jamie's personal GoPro.
I wouldn't have put my GoPro
That was like
in there.
her.
We should have put a 7 in there. Once I get another turn, it's okay. We'll make this better.
You think you're getting another turn?
I'm definitely getting. That's why I wanted to go last.
I think you're done. You just crashed in front of one of the DRL directors. You think she's gonna let you fly anymore?
This is good TV.
You're done.
This is good.
You're done.
Exploded every once in a while.
What do you think about Corey just smashing the Racer 4 just savagely into the bando?
Not surprised. A lot of talk in the beginning. But...
Oh, I like her. Yeah, see? I'm gonna redeem myself here. It's coming. Watch. You'll see. You'll see.
So default rates, basically, so it should be about right there.
Weird. It's like what you would think if you were driving a big boat of a car.
But it's very smooth.
It's stupid smooth. I'm scared to do any flips though. Like. It's heavy. You can definitely feel the weight when you do anything. You get close to the ground and you can feel it like pulling you down.
Imagine flying it through a tight course now like that. What do you think about the battery life on it so far?
This is ridiculous. Like, it's nice.
Whoa! Hello. Mic check on the power lines.
Cricket, you're getting schooled, huh?
Here we go. Oh, you're getting so lucky.
Let's go.
The luck factor in this flight.
I'm the queen at recoveries, don't you know?
Get it.
Hey!
That was awesome!
I think she might actually be the first female pilot to fly a Racer 4.
Yeah, just too, yeah.
You had explained before how you were making nice big lines instead of tight ones, and I can feel that 100%. Trying to do any of the quick turns and switchbacks is way difficult because it's set up like you're supposed to take those big lines.
Overall, what do you think of the quad compared to what you fly?
I like my 5-inch, but I really love how smooth this is. A+, 100%.
As a spectator, how would you feel about, like, you know, now you're on the other side of things? Do you appreciate it more as like how?
Oh yeah, knowing the stuff that they're doing, having felt how it is in the sticks with what they're flying, watching what they do on TV is amazing.
I actually really like flying the heavy quad, and at first I was really against it coming from multi-GP, but then I got on and I actually really liked the spec racing aspect because it made you race differently, so it made you take better lines, it made you really think about the next obstacle that you're about to do and really work the quad the way it's supposed to.
Getting a couple packs in.
Better than Corey. And it is all about the pilot. I think it's time we get Zoe on the sticks.
Oh jeez. DRL Racer 4 weighs almost as much as my lightest X-Class setup, which is pretty freaking crazy because this thing is like 4 times as small. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to fly it.
Would you say that your typical quad weighs, Zoe? So you said that you're used to flying a little bit heavier rigs anyway.
Yeah, so like the X-Class ones weigh like 1.2, 1.5 kilograms. Definitely fun to fly.
What do you think of the response of those motors since you were talking about?
They're good. Like, you can hear the motor spin up really quickly on Freestyle. Like, and they're 7-inch props, so you'd expect the motors to spin up a lot slower.
I'm really enjoying filming this quad because it's so big and you can see it in the air so well, and it's so unlike the normal things that we fly and shoot. I'm always trying to chase this little thing. You can like so easily see the shape. It's awesome.
The best part is when it's under the DRL
cool.
tracks and the quad's all lit up with all the LEDs, 1,000 LEDs in it.
Yeah.
You can see who's who. That's the best part. And from a pilot standpoint, you can see that guy's red. That's Jet.
Yeah.
That's Gab.
It's
like
awesome.
It's so nice from a racing standpoint.
Starting it.
Woo! That was a lot of fun. I mean, it's definitely pretty heavy, but it's got enough speed, and I personally like flying bigger quads, so I'm addicted to that. I want more.
You're really good. So does that mean it's Drew's time?
Drew's time.
Drew!
Going in. Yeah, it definitely feels underpowered, but it's the weight that I'm feeling.
Yeah, it's not the power.
Punch, that's it? Oh gosh! Oh! But wow, that's smooth. This flies so good. I just like the way it tracks. It really flows. It's like just guiding, just kind of guided in.
Nice and smooth. I love it.
It's scary, it's scary. I'm just not used to the power curve. I'm like, you know, am I gonna be able to pull out or not? I don't know.
I think Drew.
Oh, that was full throttle to not hit the ground.
You gotta
terrifying.
pitch back when you're doing that. It's part of the whole
Yeah,
spec thing.
it's the
You
camera
can't
tilt thing too.
Want to see you fly it wide open. So why don't you kind of play around a little bit?
It's just full throttle.
Now go.
Well, you can just fly this at full throttle pretty much.
But notice how you start to sink when you hit full throttle. You gotta start pitching.
Yeah, so if you want to go up, you just pitch up. This is fun to just chill at full throttle. This is really fun. So yeah, there's certain tricks, like there's this yaw track trick that I really like, and I just feel like I can't do it. I want to like, oh yeah, like an inverted yaw spin. Let me try this. Okay, so if we look more at the ground, there it is.
Oh,
yeah, so you have
power?
you have to really look down at the ground because of that camera angle to get that. Oh, I ran out of battery, I think.
You didn't fly the Racer 3, just the Racer 4.
I did.
You
Flew
did?
the Racer 3.
How do you compare the Racer 3 to the Racer 4?
Compared to the Racer 3, I will say that what these guys were flying last season, I think the Racer 3 might actually have a little bit of a speed advantage, only because it's a little bit lighter. It was about 1 kilo, this is about 1.2 kilos. And that's because we increased the LEDs, they increased the size when they went to the Racer 4. So the Racer 4, I think, flies better though. It's definitely, the motor and powertrain is way more better. As you saw, it's very smooth, very responsive even for a 7-inch prop. But I do think the Racer 3 was maybe just a bit faster, but definitely killed the battery twice as fast. And overall was just not a great rig for spec racing going forward. It was great for what it was. It was above its time, but for what we're flying now, it's like even more in the future.
So we gave this a good Desert Storm look. Alex, I think this thing will still fly. Will you show us what an experienced Racer 4 pilot can do?
Sure, Drew, why not?
So that's it, guys.
So this was a really rare and special experience. So if this adventure wasn't cool enough as is, now we get to go see a DRL race. It's gonna be awesome. Alex, along with the rest of the DRL pilots, they're bringing their A game. There's a ton of spectators gonna be there.
4,000?
Quite a few people to watch a drone race.
That's a lot.
I'll be there.
And we're gonna take you guys along so you can see a little bit of what it's like to be at an amazing live event drone race. And then you can catch the actual race, see the results on NBC and Twitter.
Go watch it. Seriously, it's
Watch
gonna
that.
be epic.
Watch it. This is crazy. This is like the mainstream of drone racing right now. Like, this is as big as it gets. You guys see all these people?
This event is freaking amazing. Like, I've never seen so many fans in an audience sitting around watching drone racing at one time. Like, this feels like the future of the sport right here.
I'm still super blown away by just the sheer number of human beings in this building right now to watch drone racing. This is so awesome.
Alright guys, that race was amazing.
And you can watch this race December 29th at 4 p.m. on NBC.
And Twitter.
And Twitter.
Big thanks to DRL for bringing us out here, not only to go to this amazing event, but also to fly the Racer 4 drones, which was an amazing experience. And after flying them myself, seeing the race tonight is a whole new perspective.
It gives you so much respect for how these guys actually fly these amazing machines.
If you guys want to fly a Racer 4 drone, DRL has a Kickstarter right now to get the Racer 4 Street, which is a special edition of the Racer 4 that has been made for you guys to fly with your own radio and your own goggles. Link in the description. This was amazing, guys!
I teach middle school.
Round two, there we go.